You are married to a beautiful girl named Luna. Where's she from?
She is Persian and Arabic.
Okay. Born Muslim. You're Jewish. I love it. I love it. And I love your social media, man. Like, especially the last few months, like your stance and everything, man, like it make me like have a tear in my eye. But you're saying the truth, and you could easily say, you know what, I'm taking this side or this side. And you're very, very unbiased in the middle. How was your parents with you marrying a Muslim girl?
They were fine with it. I mean, they loved her from day one, to be honest. You know, she's very, very smart. And, you know, my dad always told me, like, marry someone smarter than you. And that's definitely a great hack for all these 20-somethings out there, 30-somethings. Like, I don't think you should marry somebody dumber than you.
Sure.
You're marrying down. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you know, your future wife's body's not going to raise the children. It's going to be her. It's going to be her intellect and her emotional IQ. To be honest, let's just call it what it is. You know, it took me some time to get there. I'm 34 now. You know, if you asked me at 26, I couldn't even elaborate on these topics. But they loved her, man. You know, she's a business attorney, speaks, I don't even know, over 6 or 7 languages. I mean, sharper than a tack. So my parents loved her.
That's amazing.
You know, day one, and the whole Jewish thing and Muslim thing. It's like, I think a lot more people agree with some of the things we're saying,
but
they're afraid to say it. Yeah. That's my personal stance on it.
Her family, how were they with you?
Good. Good. Talked with her mom. It was during COVID. We got married.
Yeah.
So like I FaceTimed her mom.
Yeah.
Who's Persian, and you know, parents just want the best for their kids.
I get it.
But I do know there are a lot of families that are very, very, very strict. Because I have some friends that might be, you know, Punjabi or different, and they're like, "Yo, you're not bringing a white girl to the house." And again, people can do whatever the hell they want to do. But fortunately for us, it was all, you know, it was all love. It was all good. And, you know, listen, man, I was single in Miami for a very long time. I wasn't looking for it. She wasn't looking for it. We met in a London nightclub. No social media. Nothing. And I think what really did it for me is she blew me off the first time we met. And then it took some time. It was like hunting. And then, you know, the universe and God put us together again. And then she came to Miami, and then the whole world shut down. And then 7 months later, I'm on a knee proposing, and we're married.
That's insane.
So I think when it happens, it happens. When you know, you know. And
you know.
It's been the greatest blessing of my life, for sure.
Where's her parents from? Her family?
Who's
Luna's family? Your
dad's from UAE.
Okay.
Mom's Persian, so Iran. Yeah.
So I know you from. I've been following you from your single days. You're the Vinny Chase. Entourage, something we both love, talk about, and that was my show too.
Great show.
You live in Miami. You had this beautiful penthouse. I used to watch social media. Your boys were coming over. So Vinny, you manifested the entourage lifestyle, traveling the world, private jets. Grant Cardone is the best friend. Bob Proctor as your mentor. You're a good-looking guy. Back then, man, like I'm sure living in Miami, like it was dangerous, probably.
Yeah.
Being successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, fortunately, I was always working a lot because I was just so focused on what I was doing. Because it's like when I was renting in the Porsche Tower, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know, I'm sitting in the sauna with some guys. I still remember these conversations, and because I'm always so curious, even to this day, like I always ask people, hey, what do you do? Where are you from? Trying to learn. And I remember just listening to some of these guys in the sauna from Brazil, like a Brazilian billionaire who their family owns banks. And this other guy like sold a tech company for $217 million from LA. And then he moved to Miami and he bounces around. So even when I was living like, quote unquote, like the dream, and it was amazing, right? But I was always hungry for that next level. Cause I'm like, all these guys in the sauna, they own their condos. I'm paying rent. What's the gap? What's the difference? What's going on here, you know? But yeah, and I can honestly say, because my parents scared me so much about drug usage, I never got into drugs.
That's amazing.
Like even like cocaine, which is so widespread. Like you go out here in the clubs. It's like we were out a couple nights ago, and it's like people, like I hear like these guys were from France, and they're in the bathroom. You just freaking going ape shit, and it's like I just never. I don't know. I have an addictive personality, and I always just, for some reason, I just never wanted to like. If I like a drug, I'm gonna want to do it all the time. Like I'm addicted to like caffeine. Like I can't, I gotta have my caffeine. Like I'm addicted to working. I'm addicted to certain things. So I'm like, if I get addicted to the wrong thing here, this is gonna be a dangerous situation. So even though living in Miami, you know, traveling a lot for business and all that, never got into the drugs, you know, party, tequila, smoke. I still like smoking shisha and hookah and stuff, but I never was into that. You know, some other people's stories of like, you know, I went on this bender and I, you know, did perks and Xanax and heroin and all this smoke crack. It's like, with alcohol. I never did that stuff, you know?